What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the RiOT Comedy Podcast presented by RiOT. Shout out to RiOT Natural Spring Water, keeping us healthy and hydrated over here. NBA Conference Finals, we got two series that are 3-1. Any chance anyone comes back?
No. No, man, probably not. Like,
Nah, absolutely not.
we
If
kind of
someone were to come back, who
Knicks.
would have the Knicks?
Duh.
And what would it take?
What do you mean, like 3 more wins?
Like,
What do you?
like, is the only way for it to happen is for Haliburton to get injured?
Oh. I mean, yeah, if he gets hurt, they'll do it for sure.
But
I
it's
don't know.
like,
Like, as long as Cat and Brunson give you 60 points a night combined, like, I think you're fine. And I think it's possible that they could do that. Like, I don't think this series is as over as like the other series or anything like that. I mean, it's over, but
yeah,
like, at the end of the day, it just is what it is. Like, I think Tyrese Haliburton is just better than everybody thought. Like including myself. Like,
yeah, definitely.
I've knocked Hallie's game before for being ugly and being like, well, he gets the job done, but like I don't know if he's
Me
quite as
too.
good as this, that, or the other. So like an apology from me. I think that the whole world owes you an apology at the end of the day. We're always so quick, I think, especially in the NBA, like we don't really give players time to grow. If like you've been in the league and it's like your third year and you're not super good yet, we're like, fuck you then. Get out of here. You suck.
Yeah.
Like we do it to people all the time where it's like if you're not just hooping right away, like I remember people saying that like, man, the Pistons really like because there was like this chart and it was like the last 5 first-round picks, and then somebody was like the damn Pistons are down bad for getting Cade, and everybody else had like Paolo, and then there was a couple other picks in there that were really good, Wemby and stuff like that. And I was like, well, come to find out, Cade Cunningham is super duper duper good, super duper good,
Hooper.
straight hooper. Got 25 points a game last year and is only getting better. He's gonna be like, he'll be like a top 6 or 7 player in the league in like 2 more years. Like he'll just like all these old heads will fall out, and then he'll just take their spots. Like Pistons made the playoffs this year. That'll be something that they probably just do regularly for the next decade, probably if he's healthy. So like, we're always just quick in the NBA to be like, well, you're not LeBron. You didn't start dominating your rookie season. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. Like, and like we looked it up the other day, like MVPs with like regular rookie seasons, and it's like half of them. Like half these dudes just had like pretty regular rookie seasons. So it's just one of those things where I think
over the last like couple decades, it's like that. Like before, like
once players started coming out of high school and everybody was one and done.
Of course, the one and done out of high school era. Because when people were going to college for 3-4 years, like rookies were coming in and busting ass.
Correct, and that's what it takes, though. How many years of college did Jordan do?
3.
2. He did 3, and then came in the league and got like 30 points a game as a rookie. I don't know if he got 30, but it was damn close if he didn't hit 30. I'm about to say it was close if he didn't get 30. So it's just one of those things where it's just like, okay, we get it now. Like this is what motherfuckers do.
Also, the game has evolved so much. Like even if you do go to school for 3 years, I mean, like I don't know, like some of these guys, I don't know. I don't think if a guy like who's another example that we were talking about, like if Giannis would have went to school for a couple years more, or whoever, even Cade or whoever. I don't think these dudes. You're not gonna come into the league and average like 20 plus as a rookie.
Oh, you definitely could, in my personal opinion. Like I think you definitely could. Like you look at some rookies, like if
right at the 20 mark, yeah, for sure you can do that. But it's like the 25. Nah, like even 24. We've never seen a rookie get more than 21 points a game.
Well, the thing is like I think if Ant
in the last like 25 years.
I think if Ant came into the league at like 21 years old and played 2 more years in college, like this dude come in the league and get 24, 25 points a game. Like I think if Luka would have played fucking 2 years, like another 2 years, and got like he would have gotten to. I think he might have got like close to that probably as a rookie. Like
he probably did, but he'd already been playing professional basketball for a handful of years, though.
I feel kind of the same way about Trae Young. Like this dude was a pretty good and damn near immediately give him 2 more years in college. Like I think there's a lot of guys that we could say that for. I think like Anthony Davis, like give him 2 more years at Kentucky. Like I'm gonna get you 24, 25 a game as a rookie, dog. Like
maybe
that 2-year jump is huge. That 18 to 21 years old is huge, dog. Once you're like 21, 22 years old, dog, like you're just a man now. You're not a man, but like you're pushing it and you're a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. So I do think there's a lot of guys that could do it, but I don't think there's much to talk about like in these playoff series like that for real though. Like the Pacers have come out and shown themselves to be, like I remember saying it on the podcast before, the series started, I'm like, they make me nervous. I know you felt the same way. Like these Pacers make me
Hmm.
nervous. They're like the best team in the playoffs so
Yeah,
far. Like they're playing well together. Like if we want to watch an NBA Finals where like shit even looks competitive, anyways, like we need the Pacers in there over the Knicks, anyways. Like that shit
totally,
could actually
totally,
be mildly competitive. Like that would actually probably be a much better series to watch. And like
no
it's
doubt.
also just a better basketball watch just because the way the Knicks play. Like if you watch the Thunder Pacers series, it's going to be really up and down. A lot of guys touching the
Hmm.
ball, a lot of ball movement, things like that. Where like Brunson's more of your one-on-one type of score, and so is Cat. So like I think that would, I think that's like actually like the Knicks' best chances is like you got to run the offense through Cat. Like you have to. Like you just have
Yeah.
to try to expose the bigs for the Indiana Pacers. Like you have to. Like you're gonna have to feed him early and often. And like he should take 30 shots a game and let Brunson clean some things up around here and there. And like that's his job as the point guard is to like try to make these things work together as a puzzle piece. It's not the easiest thing,
Hmm.
but like you need
It's
to
not,
do something.
especially first year together. We're seeing those first year team struggles right now
Oh
out of the
yeah,
Knicks.
for
You know,
sure, for sure. They beat the Celtics.
Indiana just looks like such a good like cohesive unit on the floor.
Well, if you're the
The
Knicks, you did
Knicks
your
are having
job.
problems with.
Like
Yeah,
for first year of this team being together, like I know, like, but like, I know Josh Hart's still there, some guys there, but you guys lost Hartenstein, you guys lost Julius Randle, you guys also lost like another like bench player, and you guys gave up all your picks. You guys have like three new starters in the lineup from last year. So the fact you guys made
yeah,
a conference finals, played well, like you guys thought you had a chance to go to a finals, like that's a good step in the right direction. Now you
no
need to
doubt,
add some.
no doubt.
Now it's time to add some bench depth. Like you need to take that money that Jalen Brunson saved you guys, and like Mikal Bridges took a little bit of talking about taking a little bit of a pay cut too, and you guys need to go get like a really nice mid-level exception player. You guys
Yeah.
need to go get like a pretty good player. Like even like if you guys could go trade for a Kevin Durant and not give much up at all, like that would be a good option for you guys. You guys would win this series if you had Kevin Durant right now for sure.
No doubt, no doubt.
So that would be important. But doing anything like I'm not saying go get Kevin Durant, but just going to get like some good bench pieces too is really really important. Like even if you traded for like a Malik Monk from Sacramento or something, like do something. But I don't know, man. I'm excited for the finals. I'm ready for that to come. And like Tyrese Haliburton, like Nana Boo Boo, stick your head in doo doo,
Real
like
talk.
was voted most overrated player. And those numbers are skewed. Like they were voted on by the players, but not very many players even voted. I don't think.
Yeah, it was probably like 100 guys or
I
less.
think it was like
It may, it
90
may, it may
guys
have even been
voted,
like 90.
and like 10 of them were probably on the Knicks.
Right.
So like, you know what I mean? So like,
Hmm.
but he has been a little bit underrated, and then people called him overrated or whatever. So like, I guess the question for you is like, who's the most under and overrated players in the league? Like, who do you think is the most overrated player in the NBA and underrated? So if you have a guy in mind for either one,
Oh man, I don't know if anyone is like overrated right now. I feel like we're in a weird time where like you know we haven't crowned anybody too early. There's always like a handful of years ago it was Jokic. Like we were saying Jokic was overrated like when he won his first MVP. But there like since that there hasn't been anyone that they've tried to shove in the spotlight. Um,
not even
like
about spotlight. Like we're talking guys out here that people say are good that when you watch them play basketball, you're like, I know they're not. Or like they're not as good as people think they are. Like it doesn't have to be guys in the spotlight, anything like that. It could be a guy that you like who's a starter, and you're like, that guy has no business being on an NBA court, period, and somehow he gets to start everywhere he goes. Like, is there anybody that comes to mind or underrated? Like, is there a guy you look around the league and you're like, this guy's wildly underappreciated? Kind of like what we saw with Austin Reeves a couple years ago. It's like this dude's underappreciated. Like this dude's actually like pretty damn good and doesn't get kind of the respect that he deserves. Because like when I think of overrated players, like my head goes to like I think Book is pretty overrated. The fact that he
ah
was a starter on the Olympic
yeah.
team.
Yeah, honestly, that's always my go-to answer for that question. Actually, I don't know why I was even drawing a blank. Book is always my answer for that shit.
We know you're a hooper and shit, but like you got to start on this Olympic team, on like the Avengers Olympic team, and it's like Devin Booker
Yeah, for sure,
starting.
for
Devin
sure.
Booker's really gonna start. So like that's a pretty wild thing that we saw there. Brooke Lopez, super overrated at this point of his career by a lot. Like they're talking about this dude getting a starting job somewhere. Like miss me
Yeah,
with
that's
that. Like
nonsense.
that dude is bad at basketball now for the most part. So like those are guys that are overrated, underappreciated guys like those are a little bit harder to find because they're underappreciated. They're just like kind of under a rock somewhere, and it's kind of
Yeah.
just like hard to pinpoint these
You,
guys.
you
Like,
know, like even in this series we're watching right now, I think there's a couple guys that both stand out. I think Siakam has been underrated for quite a while,
yeah,
and I think Josh Hart is underrated. I think what he brings like all around the floor, he's not like exceptional at anything, but he's good at everything, you know. And those guys
I feel like
bring
Josh
a lot of
Hart
value
gets
to the
his.
team.
I feel like Josh Hart gets all the flowers he deserves. Me personally, like
You
I
think?
feel like yeah, fuck that dude, dog. Like you get
I
all the
feel like
flowers
all
you
we ever talk
deserve.
about is Brunson and Cat, and
That
sometimes
deservedly
Bridges.
so. Like you're a dog and shit, but like you PJ Tucker, bro. Like I ain't underappreciating you. I know what you do, but like at the same time,
You
dog, like
need those guys. You need those
you
guys.
need those guys, but like he is replaceable though. Like there's some
Absolutely,
guys
absolutely.
like that definitely come to mind for me for like I think Trey Young is wildly underappreciated. I think that's like plain and simple, like super underappreciated. Like we looked at the Hawks roster just the other day, and we're like the fact that he even like if the playoffs, if we didn't have a play in, he would have made the playoffs. They would
Yeah.
have been in the fucking playoffs.
As crazy as it might sound right now, I still think Shea is underrated.
I would agree with that 100% because it's just like, dude,
Even after
like
just winning MVP, I mean,
just give him his flowers.
this dude has had the youngest team in the roster, the youngest roster in the league the last couple of years, and took them to the 1 seed in the West both times, and they're on the brink of they're 1 win away from winning the West, and
And
it
they're gonna
looks
win the
like
finals.
they're gonna win everything.
They're gonna win the finals, dude. Like there is no question that this team wins the finals, in my personal opinion. Like I like what they do. I
Same,
like what they're
same.
doing. They have some serious swag, and there ain't nobody standing in their way. That's like top 5, top 10 player of all time. Ain't none of those guys standing in
Right,
their way right now.
right.
Because that's the only thing that really beats like great teams is like,
Yeah,
well, you ran into like, and of course these guys had great teammates. We're not saying they didn't, but like you ran into like Magic and Larry and Michael Jordan and Kareem and Shaq
right.
and shit. Like you like
Yeah.
like the Nets are a great basketball team. Like when they had Jason Kidd and Kenyon Martin and
Hmm.
Kerry Kittles and RJ and like all the like that team was great. And like you ran into Shaq and Kobe. You ran into like two
Phoenix
top
in
teners
the
though.
mid 2000s is like the most disappointing team of all time.
Yeah, I think that I could go on that for days. There's so many guys that deserve to be
But they
crucified.
ran into the Spurs a couple times. Ran into who the I guess they would have. I don't know who else. Who won in like '06 would have been the Mavericks won the West. So that I guess they would have had to lose
You had
maybe
like
to them.
you had the one of the most talented rosters in NBA history.
A
Like in
hundred
NBA
percent.
history,
A
you had
hundred
one of the
percent.
most talented rosters, and you guys stubbornly said, "We don't need a 5, even though you're gonna have to play against like some pretty good bigs, considering that
They
Dirk
had
and
Kurt
Tim
Thomas.
Duncan."
Kurt Thomas was decent as fuck. If he's your 5 and Amari Stoudemire's your 4, you're straight.
Oh, they did have Kurt Thomas. That's right.
So here's the thing, like any other two-time MVP in NBA history would have won a championship with that squad at some point.
I agree. I
Any other
agree.
fucking two-time MVP. I
I
feel
agree.
like definitely any two-time MVP and most of the MVPs I've seen in my life. I'm like, if you give these motherfuckers fucking Joe Johnson and Amari Stoudemire and Sean Marion, Quentin Richardson and shit, like
Right.
motherfucker gonna get it done.
That's how no. I agree 1,000%, dog. Like, or at least sniff one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You never
Definitely.
even went
Never even went.
and didn't make very many conference finals. Maybe one.
Even if they made two. You got to at least get close.
I agree. I agree, dog. 100%. And you had like also like other guys. I don't know if was Barbosa on that team in '06.
Yeah, yeah. And so was
That's what I'm
Boris
saying.
Diaw.
That's what
Leandro
I'm saying.
Barbosa and Boris Diaw and shit. Like I don't know which combination of guys was on the team all at the same time because I know they didn't have like Barbosa, Diaw, Quentin Richardson, and Joe Johnson like all at the same time. But there was always some mix of those guys through that era.
Do you know
And
what
it's
year
like
this was? Was it '04?
oh
That
oh oh
sounds
05 05 is when Nash won his MVP. Oh 05 and '06. So those would have been the 2 years where they had their best rosters.
well. When did Joe Johnson leave?
Probably after Steve Nash won his first MVP, I would guess. I'm not sure. He went to Atlanta and got paid pretty soon thereafter.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Yeah, these teams were stacked. But it's like I understand that you ran into Tim Duncan, once or twice, but like there's teams that like y'all probably should have beat someone in there, right?
So you're telling me your 1 through 4 on this team was Steve Nash, Joe Johnson, Sean Marion, and Amari Stoudemire?
Yeah.
And then you had Barbosa coming off the bench. And Quentin Richardson coming off the bench.
See what I'm saying? Drop any other two-time MVP ever on that squad.
It's
Championship,
crazy.
dog.
It's wild
Fuck yeah, it's
behavior.
crazy.
That's wild behavior. Yeah, man. So like that's kind of what I think of too, dog. Is like when it comes to overrated, underrated, dog. It's a shame because like I don't want to knock anybody, but like some of these guys, like of course Rudy Gobert, dog. Like like he can't be played in the playoffs. Like I try to tell people this, and he fools us every year in the
For sure.
playoffs. Rudy Gobert fucking he fools us and says, well, I dominated some guy in a postseason series. Like, you know what? You're right. You did play really well in that series. Maybe we got to let this dude slide. And then I watch him play and watch somebody try to throw him a screen pass and watch him fumble bumble it, fucking fumbly bumbly mess, dog, all over the basketball court, turning the ball over and shit, dog. It's fucking disgusting. But
He does all that
yeah,
shit.
that's a
Where he really be tricking us is like sometimes, they'll be playing a team. So like when they played the Lakers, for example, LeBron is hurt and he's old as shit. So Rudy can like influence LeBron's game right now because he's hobbly. So LeBron can't get those same drives to the basket. And so then it's like, oh damn, Rudy's effective. And it's like, oh nah, he was actually just like standing in the paint, and LeBron is old as shit. So it looks like
correct.
he's, doing his thing, but it's like, and then he'll go out the next series and get embarrassed by somebody.
Correct, dog. And it's a shame too. Like, I don't know. Like, it's time for the Timberwolves to get up off this roster. Like, couldn't do it with Cat. Can't do it now. Like, it's time for you guys to like let Julius maybe like you guys need to try to retool around Ant. Like, we've gotten Ant this
Definitely,
far.
definitely.
Like, we've gotten him this far. We gave you some talent, but now we might have a couple like 2 years of bad shit to go through. Like, we
Yeah,
got to try to
yeah. We
elevate
we
this
got we got to
roster.
retool.
We got to
Yeah,
retool a little bit, man, because you guys aren't gonna keep getting better with Rudy. Like,
right.
he's gonna keep getting worse. It's gonna bog down your books, and it's gonna make your center position very, very fucking hard for the next
Yeah,
4 years. So you guys got to figure something out. Like I've been saying, like trade Rudy Gobert to Atlanta for Trae Young and give up a first if you have to. Like if you have one, I don't know if they have one or not, but like Trae Young's on the last year of his deal, dog. Go get this dude.
yeah.
Like go get this dude
We got to get Trey out of Atlanta, man.
at all costs.
We
At
got to
all
get this
costs,
fool
get
out
this
of
dude out
there.
of here. It's pissing
Get
me
him
off,
out.
dog. Like I don't know. It is what it is. It's the same way I felt about like John Wall in Washington for years. It's like get this dude out
Yeah,
of here, dog. Like he's too good to
sucks.
be on the
Sucks
Wizards.
watching players that good have to play in a
Get these
situation
players out
like
of here.
that.
So now that we're like kind of approaching the NBA Finals, I don't know. I don't think the Knicks Pacers series is over though. Like I don't want to just say definitively like this shit's over just because like I don't think the Pacers are that much better than the Knicks. Like they might play better basketball, but the 1-2 punch is a lot better over in New York.
See,
So it's
I
like
don't think it's over in a sense that like this series is over in the next game. I think the Knicks can win game five. But game six in Indiana, if it goes to game six, that shit is over. That shit is
yeah,
over.
like I'm certain the Timberwolves lose game 5 in OKC. I'm certain of it.
Definitely that.
I'm
That's
certain of that
definitely
happening.
happening.
That's what's going down. Sorry
Yeah, that
everybody.
shit is over tonight.
Ant had a good season, back-to-back conference finals. That's great. Um You're the fucking man. Like I'm not gonna sit here and take nothing away from you like everybody else is doing, which is fucking asinine. Like, oh, we were too quick.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
to listen to like Jay Williams of all people come out and be like, well, we just crowned Ant too early. It's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck you mean we can like this dude has taken two different
This kid is 23. Yeah, and you're about go ahead.
and made a conference finals, and then you guys took away his 2 option and gave him a worse 2 option, and we thought that they might be better than last year. We thought that this team is just as good as last year. We thought that this team was upsetting people in the playoffs, and these guys are the real fucking deal, and it's all because of Anthony Edwards. That didn't change because he's losing to a far better, superior
Right.
basketball team.
But also like we picked the Lakers to win that first series because we didn't think this Timberwolves team was that good. We thought they
Correct.
were
Everybody picked the Lakers for the most part.
hella regular, and they
That's
were
what
like,
I'm
nah.
saying. So it's one of those things where it's like shame on, like I expect that shit from Stephen A. Smith because he's just a flip flopping douchebag. But like at the end of the day, like he'll just say anything for views. Like he'll just do and say anything. He'll say that fucking LeBron James this, and then I'll talk about this, and like he's a fucking piece of shit. So like that's fine. You don't even debate. You just scream and then just to prove your point, flip flop positions like you're a douchebag. But Jay Williams, of all people, who walks around like he knows a lot of things about basketball, which he probably does, but like for you just to come back on some shit like that immediately and then wake up like a day later, 2 days later, and be like, and then this is what he said this morning: if you don't think Tyrese Haliburton is a superstar, then you don't know basketball. Tyrese Haliburton is not better than Anthony Edwards. That is not true. So either they're both superstars or they're both not. Like that is the only thing that is the only thing that we can talk about here. They were just talking like fucking Kendrick Perkins was talking about how Jalen Brunson is just Luka 2.0. But a week ago, you were saying that he's the best closer in basketball. There is no player you want on your team in the fourth quarter besides Big Body Brunson. And now you talking shit on this dude. Like, you can't have it both ways, dog. Like, either you like Brunson's game or you don't. Like, you ain't never heard me be like, oh my God, I love James Harden and the way Damian Lillard play basketball. It's so amazing. And then a week later, me be like, you can't win like that. Like, no, I've been saying that from the beginning about these motherfuckers, and I ain't never changed my position until they prove me wrong on it, and they haven't. They're both ballers, both fucking all-time greats. Not hating on these dudes. You guys are far more successful in your craft than I am in mine. So I can't say anything to you guys other than like that style to me doesn't win basketball. But I can't then completely flip-flop 48 hours later because of one basketball game. Like, they're going to sit there and say that Tyrese Haliburton's a superstar, which, like, I think there's a case to be made that he is. I think there's only 5 or maybe 6 superstars running around in the NBA at a time because if there's not, then the superstar moniker doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's just something that we just put on players who are all-stars. People were calling Devin Booker a superstar. That shit ain't true. Like, to be
not even close. Superstar means you're good enough to be the best player on a championship team. That's
correct.
A superstar.
That is a superstar. And I believe that Anthony Edwards is good enough to be the best player on a championship team.
Absolutely. Is Tyrese Haliburton?
I don't think that Tyrese Haliburton, I think that there's a case to be made that he could be. Just because, like, if you give these dudes anybody else, like, if you added one piece to this team, and that's even, like, which actually be kind of hard to do because all these guys have just, like, wildly outplayed their contracts and all like, when we watch the Pacers, because the Pacers play 10 guys, and when I looked the other day, there was 9 guys that played at least 10 minutes or more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because, like, not just because, like, the way Rick Carlisle coaches, like, these motherfuckers have earned minutes. Like, even these cats getting 10 minutes, like, these motherfuckers earn these minutes. Like, these guys are good enough to play. Like, we're in the conference finals now. You don't go 9-10 deep on your bench unless, like, you trust these motherfuckers. But, like, let's be honest, dog. Like, even if you added, like, I'm trying to think of a guy, like, even if you added, like, an OG Anunoby on the Pacers, a guy that's that can knock down a three-pointer and is one of the best defenders in the league, these guys have a chance against OKC, and there's no question that he's the third best player on that team if he plays there. No fucking question. So, like, that's how good Tyrese Haliburton is that you drop, like, one more guy on this team, and it's like, oh, fuck, like, these guys compete with the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they had a really, really good like, if they had an athletic 5 even to come off the bench, like if Derek Lively or Daniel Gafford came off the bench for 25 minutes a night for these guys to give them a little bit of a different taste down low with Haliburton throwing lobs and shit. Like, that would make them good enough to compete because then you have them to go against Hartenstein. Like, that's how good these guys are. Same thing with Shea. Like, Shea was just you tell me Shea was missing a Hartenstein and a Caruso away from 68 wins in a championship? Like, clearly you're a fucking superstar.
Right.
Clearly you're the dude. And for Ant to downgrade, and I'm not knocking Julius Randle. I think you're a baller, dog. You showed a lot this year. Like, but I don't think anybody would say that you're better than Karl Anthony Towns.
For sure.
Which, like, you're just a step below him, not even far behind him. If he's like a 90 rating on 2K, you're an 88. Not even saying you're far behind this dude. But the Timberwolves didn't even lose a beat the first 20 games of the season this year. They were like 8-12, and everybody's like, they could be cooked, and Ant was like, fuck that. And then, boom, Western Conference Finals as a fucking 7 seed, as a 6 seed. So it's like, that dude's a superstar. Don't go back on your word. Stand on business, dog, and be like, nah, man, I still believe in this dude. This dude's fucking super good. Like, let's give him a couple more years because he's 23. Like, to be a superstar at 23 years old, and really last year I thought Ant proved that he was a superstar, fucking cutting KD's head off the way that he did and, like, really getting into people's asses.
Definitely.
If you're a 22-year-old superstar in the NBA, dog, you're guaranteed, with no injuries, a top 50 fucking finish in your career of all time. You're guaranteed to finish top 40 all time in the NBA history books, barring injury, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, like, he's a superstar. Let him have it. But my question is like, is Haliburton a superstar? Would we say that he is? Because if you look at like bona fide superstars in the league, we're talking like Shea, Joker, Giannis. I think Steph is still a superstar.
Hmm.
I think Luka's a superstar based on what he did with the Mavericks last year. Like that puts you in superstar. There's 5 guys right there that are superstars. Who am
Yeah.
I missing in the superstar list? Is there anybody that's just like, oh, that dude's definitely a superstar? Devin, you're dumb. I can't believe we missed him.
You know,
I'm just trying to think 'cause there's a million guys in the NBA.
part of me wants to say Joel Embiid, and then the other part of me is like, nah.
You got to play though, dog.
I know. I feel you. I'm like, this dude can't never fucking stay healthy. How you a superstar? You've had one healthy season and one MVP. You won MVP. You're one healthy season. And outside of that, you get hurt every single year.
Because like Jalen Brunson's pushing superstar. I'm not so sure we can definitively say that yet.
Yeah.
Like Wemby's gonna be a superstar soon, but he's not one yet.
Gonna be not today.
Shit, dog. I think fuck, man. As crazy as this is to say, because he needs to play more games and he needs to fucking be a little bit more available. But like, man, I feel like Ja's damn near pushing that shit, dog. That dude's fucking amazing.
Totally,
He's
absolutely.
amazing, dog. He's
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. Because I'm in like the top 50. Like Cade Cunningham is also pushing superstar. He's pushing it.
Pushing it.
Like you're
There's a
pushing
lot
it
of guys
heavy
that are
right now.
pushing it, but it's like
But to
we
make
need
the
bigger
list
sample sizes out of these guys. Yeah, to make the list is
is hard to do.
yeah.
It's hard to do to make that superstar list because there's so many guys in the NBA that are really good. Like Donovan Mitchell, not a superstar.
Yeah, but I'm not mad at in anyone taking either stance on Halliburton. I do think that like I think that you could construct a roster where he's the best player and win a championship.
Well,
I
just
do
like what
think
we were
that.
talking about earlier, like with like going into this season, the best players in the NBA, like right now, like this shit was written like not that long ago, and they have like Devin Booker ahead of like a bunch of guys like fucking
Oh, I'm
Ja
sure.
and
I'm
shit.
sure. I'm
Got
sure.
Kawhi Leonard at number
Devin Booker
12.
scored 70 points once, and motherfucker's been jocking his dick ever since. And in a game where they lost, and his team fed him the ball the whole fourth quarter, seeing how many points he could score.
Like being a superstar, like LeBron and KD aren't even superstars anymore.
Absolutely not.
They're
Absolutely
not
not.
superstars anymore. Yeah, so yeah. I mean, so I named 5 guys that are superstars. I just looked at a list of the best players in the NBA. Probably really hard to put anybody else on this list, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. Like really, really hard to do. And I also didn't name one American, I don't think, did I? No. Shea,
Nah.
Luka. No, Ant's American. Ant's American as
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah, Ant's a superstar. Like he's better than these guys. Like he's better than Brunson and Hallie and these guys. Like don't say we were too
Totally.
quick to anoint this guy because it's disrespectful. But like, I mean, honestly, like Halliburton's showing me enough to where like if he completes this, if you complete this, you're a fringe superstar. You're like one more just cool thing away from being one. Like
Yeah.
even if you push the fucking Thunder to 7 games and lose the finals, like you're a superstar. If you make that series like wildly competitive,
No doubt.
you're a
No
superstar.
doubt.
You're a
Absolutely.
superstar, dog. Like,
Absolutely.
because you're taking the superstar jumps. Like, you went to the conference
Yeah.
finals last year. You lost to a Boston Celtics team. No big deal. Far better than you. You guys getting your sea legs, and then boom, here we go. Championship
Yeah.
berth. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, and that can be taken away from him. Like, but like, even if you go to like 6 games against the Thunder, and like you look like the second best player clearly in this playoff series. Clearly, you're the second best player in the finals, and it shows. You're a superstar, dog. Like you just went through the East. You dominated the Cavs. You dominated the Bucks. And like I know that these teams were injured. And like something I want to get across to people is that like sometimes you get lucky in sports because players get injured. We've seen the Warriors win championships, things like that. We all know that like weird shit in sports happens, this, that, or the other. But at the end of the day, the best players on the Cavs, the best player on the Cavs played, and the best player on the Bucks played. Plain and simple.
They did.
And everybody on the Cavs played except for one game. That's it. That's it. Just one game they missed, which means y'all soft. But ain't nobody going to sit there and say that like Pascal Siakam's way better than Evan Mobley and Darius Garland and Jared Allen and shit. He is better than all those guys, but he's not way better than those guys. Evan Mobley just won Defensive Player of the Year. They mollywopped these motherfuckers. They mollywopped the Cavs. What was that, 5-game series? 5 games, right? Get the fuck out of here. 5 games. Get the fuck out. You guys lost. You guys lost in Cleveland on your home court in Game 5. Get the fuck out of here. Against the Bucks, against the top 5, against somebody that I just called a superstar. And superstars are supposed to be able to make first-round playoff series look competitive. They're supposed to.
For sure. For sure.
Ass
Got
whooping.
whooped. Got
Get the
whooped.
fuck out. Get the fuck out. Everybody's like, the Knicks are so healthy. They're going to go to a championship. Get the fuck out. Get the
Fuck out.
fuck out, New York. Get the fuck out of here. Like,
How he came through like he did some pretty crazy shit this year, man.
absolutely he did. He's like fucking Bruce Wayne Batman shit right now, dog. Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking wildly impressive what he's doing, dog. Like, and
Hmm.
I don't think that people are appreciating it enough because they're always going to say, like, well, people, like, I've seen the narrative, people have been hurt. People have been this. Oh, it's just the
Hmm.
Knicks. Like, it ain't just anybody. It ain't like he beat Giannis in a playoff series, beat
Yeah.
the shit out of him, then beat the shit out of the Cavs while they were. The Cavs are healthy enough to win a series. I don't give a fuck. You won 65 games this
I
year.
was gonna say that the Cavs won
Win
60 some games. I think it was 64, right? They won 64 games.
64. Yeah, you guys won 64 games. You guys are the one
Beat the
seed. You
shit
guys
out of
should be
them.
able to miss a couple of your starters for one game and make a series competitive, and you did not do it because you guys are fucking ass dookie, dog. Ass
Got the
dookie
shit
streets.
kicked out of them
So
instead.
like, and that's the thing, man. So like, let's everybody pay Hallie his respects, dog. This is a bad motherfucker we're watching right now, and this shit could stop. This shit could stop. We could have a bubble incident right now. Who's that dude in the bubble that was fucking hooping out of control? T.J. Warren. We could have a
Oh God,
bubble. We could
yeah,
have a bubble T.J. Warren right now. Everybody thought this dude's about to be the truth. Everybody was like nervous and shit. Like, he plays on this team. Look at him ball. When they get all healthy
yeah.
again, didn't matter. Never fucking mattered again. So we
Mm-mm.
could be seeing a mirage, and then the Pacers suck for the next 5 years, and it's not that big of a deal. But
Yeah.
what we're watching right now is just appreciate it. I'm not ready to call Haliburton a superstar yet. I think he has another step to take. I think that he has like this little about like he needs to take that little,
Mm.
you know,
Yeah.
like Ant really took that little extra hop whenever
Yeah.
like he beat the shit out of KD last year, and he's been giant killing ever since. Like, I beat Joker
Mhm.
last year. Like, I just beat LeBron and Luca. Like, he knocked Giannis off, but like Hallie ain't been knocking off your
Well,
Stephs and your LeBrons and your Jokers and your Giannis. I mean, not Gian, but like your Lucas and shit. Like, this dude been knocking
yeah.
motherfuckers out.
And we'll see next week because he's gonna be playing in the finals, and we'll see how he
Hope
performs
so.
there.
I hope so. Go
So,
Pacers.
but let's end it on some positivity. You got a shout out you want to give to anybody?
Yeah, dude, fucking like go Rick Carlisle, right?
Hmm.
Because he's one of few guys that we've seen that like because Rick Carlisle's been a head coach in the NBA for quite some time.
Long time.
And can't really think of anybody because he's pretty old. Like these guys that
Hmm.
who were coaching 15 years ago to make the transition into the new school and be super successful.
Hmm.
Like we haven't seen like these old heads be able like they're just getting fired for young dudes. Like that's all they're
Yeah.
doing. They're
Yeah.
just getting even like fucking like they're just getting fired for younger dudes. Like so shout out Rick Carlisle, dog, for being on the verge of taking a different team to a championship and really fucking honing in like some old school crafts with the new school, dog. Like you were able to make that
Hmm.
transition seamlessly. And
Yeah.
that's a really hard thing to do. And it means that you're a great people person and you're just a great basketball mind in general. So like shout that motherfucker out because like great job, dude. Great job, Rick Carlisle.
That's funny that you wanted to shout out Carlisle because I was gonna shout out Tibbs. I want to give a shout out to Tibbs for not being stubborn and stuck in your ways because everyone talks shit on Tibbs all the time for he only plays 7 or 8 guys and plays his starters too many minutes and he finally listened and last night he played 10 guys. OG
In his
Anunoby was
defense, it was working.
hey real talk but eventually his teams always get tired and then they tuck her out and lose but yeah, 10 guys played last night. OG Anunoby was the only starter who played 40 minutes. Everyone else played 37 minutes or less. So
Tibbs is
shout out to
trying
Tibbs.
everything. Like I'm not
For
even
sure.
mad at Tibbs.
For
Like
sure.
I
He's out
keep
there trying shit. Indiana's just better. He's out there like coaching his
that's
ass
the
off.
thing.
He just
I'm seeing Knicks fans running around like this is the problem with Tibbs, like fire fucking Tibbs and shit.
hmm.
Like
Yeah, same.
and I even said this going into the season. Like remember when I was like, you're gonna have to fire Tibbs if this offense doesn't pick up a little bit or if like they don't make a deep playoff run and shit.
Hmm.
Your job is safe, Tibbs. You did a great job this
Yeah.
season. Like
Oh, okay.
great job.
You want to know why the Knicks lost last night? This is why the Knicks lost last night. Let me pull up the actual stat. I don't want to get it wrong. Um
But I can say, like, while you're looking that up, like, go Tibbs, dog. Like, you did a good job, man. You beat the Celtics.
yeah, kick the shit out of him. So Yeah, the Knicks had 17 turnovers last night. That's why they lost. Tibbs ain't out there turning the ball over.
No. No, and if you turn the ball over against Indiana if you turn the ball over against a team that has a premier point guard, you're going to lose
Hmm.
because they're
I
going to do
mean,
good things with those possessions.
every time. Honestly, so like Indiana had 11 turnovers. If you lose the turnover battle by like 6, that's a lot.
Yeah. Let's just say
That's
you
a
lose it
lot.
by let's just say you lose it by 2 and you have those 4 possessions back, dog. You know?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So, I mean, yeah, I mean, go Tibbs though. I'm cool with Tibbs, dog. Shouting out coaches, dog. That's good shit because
Hmm.
a lot of people act like they don't matter as much as they fucking do, and they always get the blame. And we need to give Tibbs some credit. This ain't Tibbs' fucking fault. And even if it is his fault a little bit, like these motherfuckers got like 3, 4. They got like 3 new starters this year from last year, dog. Like you did a
Yeah,
good job,
yeah,
man. You did a
it's a
good
lot.
job.
It's a lot.
You did a good
But
job.
he's been doing his thing. But yeah, honestly, I applaud him because most people would be like, "Nah, I'm gonna just keep doing this, keep doing it my way." It's like, hey man, this dude's taking suggestions and trying everything. His team just
Just not as good.
not playing as well. But
Correct. All right, G.
that's it for us today. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Stay up. NBA finals starting soon. It's looking like the conference finals is gonna be over this week, and
Real fucking soon.
one of them's gonna be over in a few hours. The other one's gonna be over in a day or 3.
All right.
All right, holla.
Peace.